Hello, welcome to episode 4 of Alamo Heritage Quilt Guild's virtual show and tell. There's only one actual video this time, but several people sent me in still pictures, so those are on here as well. I tried something new with the still pictures this time. I did a Zoom meeting with the person who sent me the still pictures, and we did a recording of that Zoom meeting. So they're able to talk about the still pictures, and I can superimpose their discussion over the still pictures. That seemed like it worked pretty good. We didn't really get a lot of submissions this time, so please contact me if you've got something that you'd like to put into the next show and tell. Either a video or the still pictures, and if you want, we can do the Zoom meeting. That works out pretty good as well. Dave and I would like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and we're looking forward to the next time we can all get together. Thank you again.
Okay, hi, I'm Claudette, and just want to share some of my quilts with you. First off, I wanted a new quilt for my front door, and Pat Sloan does a Quilt Along with Pat Sloan Facebook page. Neat lady. She fell and broke both wrists last summer, but kept on going. Anyway, it's a freebie pattern from Fat Quarter Shop. You can make it in this size with 2.5-inch charm pack, or twice as big with 5-inch charm pack. This goes together really fast. So this was fun. I hand quilted it. I machine quilted this one. That's right. So that was my first Christmas project for me. For years, I bought a package of little wooden ornaments and wanted to make an advent calendar. And I never got around to it. Decided this was the year. So this is hand appliqued and hand quilted, and the worst part was sewing 48 buttons on. Wow. And I just kind of looked at some pictures on Facebook and then just drew up my own little pattern. I wanted to keep it simple, and like I said, 48 buttons wasn't fun. But that's my advent tree. Several years ago, I bought fabric we were having a party and I wanted to cover my washer and dryer to use as a bar. So I bought this, it was a Christmas party, so I bought some Christmas fabric and then just folded it up because I can always use Christmas fabric. This is a one block wonder. I probably made the top about 10 years ago, so finally I sandwiched it, and it's machine quilted. I don't do machine quilting. You guys do machine quilting. I'm lucky to do wavy lines and straight lines. But it's done, so that's the big thing. This next one was a kit I bought at Scrappy Quilter a few years ago, and it's been just kind of hanging out, needing to be done. So again, it's like, now's the time. We have time on our hands.
Yes.
So this one's a little bit bigger. It's just tumblers.
Oh, nice.
It's now my new favorite.
Can I help you
Sure.
hold it up?
It's my new favorite scrap pattern because if you put them together this way, you don't have to match any seams.
Does that show up, Tom? Okay.
So it was a lot of fun, and I think I'm going to go through scraps and make some more.
That backing's beautiful too.
I loved the backing. I just thought it was really neat.
Did you get that at Scrappy Quilter?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I went over there a while back. Let's see. Let's start. The rest of these are mostly Christmas gifts. I have a relative that is always cold, and I had seen these before and had never made one. It's called a quilted hug. And I had one of those Moda bags, scrap bags, and so I sewed the strips together and lined it in felt, and I made the small for her because she weighs nothing. But basically you just wrap it around you like that, and I think I'm going to be making me one for later in the winter, because when I sit over here and quilt, my arms are always cold.
Where'd you get that pattern?
It's online. It's called a quilted hug.
Quilted hug.
And it's, a lot of organizations make them for nursing homes and things, but like I said,
This is a great idea for Mom.
yeah, I mean, I thought, wait a minute, I started knitting her a shawl last year, and I knew I was not going to get it done. So I thought, okay, I can do that. That didn't take any time and scraps, or you can always just use a full piece of fabric. These are some charity quilts. I got a packet of, I think they were like 8.5-inch squares from Joanne a while back. And I finally got around to putting it together. It was out of a layer cake book, but it made up really fast. So I thought it was cute, all those greens. And then this one was supposed to be a Christmas present, But, you know, sometimes you just make a quilt that you just don't like. But I'm thinking somebody will like it. So it's going to be a charity quilt. And this is that pattern. It's one of the Via Rosa patterns called Honor. You're going to see it about 5 more times here. Makes it fast and easy. You cut, gives you the width. It's width of fabric. Sew it together. It ends up like 47 by 60. So they're not huge quilts. I'm calling them TV quilts because they're perfect to lay on the couch and lay over your lap. So those two are charity quilts. This is a Christmas.
Do you do the how did you do the quilting on that? You
just
didn't do hand quilting, did you?
no. All of these now are machine quilted, which is a challenge for me. That's one of my goals, is to get better at it. These I just did one wavy line and just kind of semi-echoed. Gives it texture and it's done. Since I didn't like that one, I had to do another one for who I was making it for. And so then this one, and it's probably not going to show up real well in your, because it's pretty dark.
It shows it good,
Yeah, it shows it brighter when I took a picture of it than it does in light. But it's for a guy, and I just thought it just had that look about it. Kind of makes me think of suitings or something for this stripe. I fell in love with the stripe, and then I found the print, and thought, well, that's it. So that's for somebody for Christmas. I'm not saying who, in case they go online and find it.
I was going to ask you, do I need to be like wait till the 26th to do these?
Probably. Well, this group, they aren't Facebook people, so they probably won't notice. This is another relative that's going to get this one. And like I said, these are all the same pattern, but they make up so fast because my only suggestion, it says a yard of each fabric. I would do a little more than a yard because if you have to square up your fabric, there is no place to square. That one I had to square up, and I think I ended up with like this much fabric left. So I would buy maybe a yard and a quarter, but that includes enough for the borders too. So only other thing you have to buy is backing. So, and like I said, I think they make up cute. They just make up a fun quilt. Now these are 3 young, preteen age girls and younger that these are going to.
Oh, nice and bright.
I think she's about 11. So I think that one's suitable for that age group. And again, now this one I did differently. The other ones I did like from top corner to bottom corner with the wavy line. This one I did more horizontal, just to try something different. So again, me and wavy lines, and I don't care if they stay parallel. These next two, they're sisters and live together, so I kind of made similar quilts, but not exactly the same. And this is fabric I bought before we moved here, so it's probably about 10 years old. No, maybe 7. So it's been lingering for them, and finally got around to it. This was my finally going to get around to things year. So that's one of them. And then this one, it's kind of, coordinating fabrics. So,
Nice.
but I think they're cute.
Those are nice.
They're fun. And I had fabric left over.
Oh,
So they're getting teddy bears. For the 2 younger ones are getting teddy bears.
that's beautiful.
So those were, I've made the bigger one. This smaller one was, when you have to sew a circle this big to the neckline, I was like, okay, we're not making those tiny ones anymore.
What do you stuff those with?
Just the polyester stuffing. When I didn't like the one quilt, I thought, well, maybe I'll do a different one for that person. And so I started with this one, and then I decided, I think I'm going to finish it for my husband at some point. It was a layer cake I had, and he also likes baseball. I think my sister had given me the baseball fabric, so, and he's a veteran, so it kind of falls with the...
Nice colors.
Yeah, I think it's cute. So eventually I'll get around to quilting that. It may be a machine quilt too, just to get her done. He's got a birthday and our anniversary coming up. So last spring, we went through all the COVID thing. In June we decided we are escaping. We went to our daughters in Wisconsin. They had had 4 deaths. They'd had like 30 cases. She lives out in the country. They bought a vineyard last fall. So we decided we'd go up, help out at the vineyard, help out with the grandkids. So we did that for about a month, and we went to our sons in North Carolina, and then our sons in Maryland. We were going to come back here, that was August, and the kids are like, Mom, Texas is hot and COVID is bad. Go back to Colleen's. So we went back to our daughters in Wisconsin, helped out with harvest. So we were gone all summer. And we left Wisconsin mid-September, 2 weeks before it got really bad up there.
Yeah.
So we timed it really well. But anyway, I spent a lot of time in the car and sitting around, and I had started this. It's out of one of the Cafe books. It's all Cafe fabrics. And this one you might want to help because it's huge.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
So it's now going in the, one of these days I'll get around a quilting bin that's got hundreds of quilts
Is
in
that
it.
showing up?
Not all of it.
Yeah, there's no way. It's so big. So they'll see it again when I finally get it quilted. But it's
my
all
God.
hand-pieced.
Really?
Because,
Wow.
yep, because I'm in the car or sitting around without a machine. So
Oh my God.
Jim Meyer would be proud of you with your
she's one of my heroines, I'll tell you. Her
Oh,
and
that's beautiful.
Linda Franz. And then just something else I did, just as quick Christmas presents. I made me one about a year or so ago. It's called a potato chip bag, because you can't make just one.
Oh.
And they're really easy. There's 3 different ones that I made. And I love it when I just want to take my keys, my wallet, my phone, and a mask. It's got 2 pockets inside, a pocket on the back for the phone, a pocket on the front for my keys, big enough for a wallet to fit in.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to make me another one because I've just about, I mean, I haul mine everywhere. So that's what I've been doing. That and about a zillion other projects.
Sounds like fun.
So-
You've been busy.
You know, hopefully I'll get more done in this winter because we're not going anywhere till spring. We're staying home.
Still gonna be a while,
So-
so.
See all of y'all at guild meeting one of these days. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Claudette.
Hi, this is Kathy Hasten, and I have a couple quilts I'd made during this pandemic. This one is a pattern I purchased from Fig Tree and Company. I don't remember the name of it. I think it's Pumpkins in a Row, but it's a table runner for on my dining room table. This one was a free one from Laundry Basket Quilts. It was so many blocks a day for 15 days, and I'm going to donate this one to the auction. I still have borders to put on it, but it was a lot of fun. This one is another quilt that I made through a block of a month type thing with Pat Sloan, and it's a rainbow quilt. I changed mine up a bit and made them pinwheels instead of stripes of fabric, of blocks. And this one is called Teacups. I found it online. It's a free paper piece pattern, and it's just kind of a wonky thing on my kitchen table runner. And the last one coming up is called Snowflake, and it was called Jolly Snowflake, and it was another free pattern from Fat Quarter Shop, located up in Austin. And this was a lot of fun to do. I really enjoyed making this quilt. It went together pretty quickly. And this again is a shot of it, of my table runner on my table. And it's now been replaced for Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everybody. This quilt was a pattern I found on Missouri Star Quilts on online place. And it is an oversized queen. I've made this for my bed. It's a little faded looking, but it's a little bit more pink than it shows up. But I just love this quilt.
All right, well, that's great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for doing that.
Okay, ladies, I hope you're going to enjoy this virtual. Here's a card we got from the Methodist Children's Hospital. And here were the nurses who received our quilts were thanking us and telling us how great we were and how much they appreciated all the hard work we were given. I am giving them to the Methodist as 2 of our members belong to the Methodist and they work there. And it's easier to go through them at this time than try to go through Children's Hospital. And as you can see, here are some of the nurses just oohing and eyeing over some of the quilts that they have received. They just could not believe that we put in this much time and effort for them. And they were just really thankful and impressed. There's a large variety, varying sizes, and they were happy to receive any of them. The Christmas ones you just saw, they thought would help really decorate for the holidays. I am still waiting and have many, many kits that you are more than welcome to come to my home and pick up. I have quilts that still need quilting. And you can see, here's a little one for the toddlers. I have a few that Kathy Horn does for us that is for the incubators. So we just have a wonderful group, and I just wanted you to see how appreciative and happy they were to receive these quilts from us, especially at this time when they're not getting as much as they were. So now these are peace quilts, and I'm going to say a name, and I try not to, but this is Beth Barone. I believe she is an overachiever because, as you can see, she pieces all of these, which I have no patience for, so I admire her greatly. So I hope I can get you more interested in doing more of these, because we do have an outlet for them and still have a need for them. So you can find my name on the directory. So all you have to do is give me a call and set up a time. You can make using your own stuff. But these kits, some kids are really going to be excited about seeing how pretty they are and the variety of them. Now that one, Raggedy Ann, is always great. And I think that one, that one is quilted beautifully. And I'm not going to say, Karen, who quilted it. That's about all I have to say. These were leftover blocks that we received from someone. That's just squares put in. So as you can see, we get all kinds, and I give all types. So please, let's not forget the kids. Let's just keep doing and giving to them, because they really need it now more than before. And that's all I have.
Thank you. That's perfect, Joanne. Thank you so much. So
You're welcome.
This is a baby quilt that Dave and I put together for our neighbor next door. It's a really simple pattern. It's made up of 6 fat quarters and about a 3/4 of a yard for the border. It's a lot of fun put together, and a neighbor was really happy with it. This is the quilt I put together from Karen Landon's course on learning how to break down a quilt and quilt it. Here's the back of it. I used like a light gray bottom line, so you really don't see the thread, but the texture comes out really nice. Here's a close-up to the center medallion that I did. It was a fun course. Dave and I and Tom Dickens took the course, and all of our quilts came out really nice. I got a note from Tom Dickens, and it goes as follows. Here are a few photos from a recent donation a few members of the Guild made to the Cindy Cryer Home. It is a county facility that attempts to help kids who have gotten into trouble. They have all kinds of support and tools available to make good life choices. I have a friend who is a head counselor there, and she asked if we could provide a few quilts to give the kids something that's theirs and they can hold on to. There were about 4 of us that put these quilts together, and we were able to give them about 30 quilts. I've attached a few pics of a few of the quilts on beds. As you can see, this adds a lot of color to a less than colorful environment. I got a note from Eileen Papp, and it goes like this. Here are a couple of the quilts I made during the summer. The petite one is twin size, which I made for our church auction. The table runner is called Summertime, which I made from a kit from Missouri Star. I got a note from Michelle Hannes, and it goes as follows. Another top done, way out of my comfort zone. Well, that's all, folks. Thanks to everybody that submitted quilts for this episode, and looking forward to hearing from you to get some quilts for next episode. Thanks again, and happy holidays.